If we hear size and weight as being sort of indicative of the overall degree of sexual development of the speaker's body, we can hear that at a certain threshold of size and weight, it doesn't matter what we do in terms of the personality implying features of the voice. There's just going to be, there's no degree of change that's going to make a super heavy and super large sound feminine, because to our ears, our brain is being signaled so hard by that high weight and large size that we perceive it as masculine, regardless of what we do in terms of the personality features of the voice. So even if I'm actively attempting to really elicit a sort of major personality change and starting to do some overtly feminine behaviors at a past a certain threshold of size and weight, past a certain threshold of what sounds like sexual development, it really doesn't matter how feminine I make my speech. It's going to sound mismatched, and the ear is always going to weight those body-related features as more salient in how we gender the sound. So if there is a mismatch, the ear is going to default to its perception of sexual development to tell us about, what gender we think the speaker is. So if we were to perceive this sound right now, I'm really actively, I'm heavy and large and actively attempting to introduce as many feminine personality implying features as I can. So you can hear that the articulation, the pronunciation of consonants is incredibly sharp. It should cut through the texture so that if you listen to the sort of the sound of the S's and the T's, you should hear them as sort of really cutting through. Now, it's especially noticeable because the overall pitch is low. All of the other sort of harmonic but material is going to be sort of lower in our hearing range, and so those consonants are really going to spike and kind of cut through the texture. At a certain point, if I start to change the quality of how large or how heavy the voice is, these personality features are no longer going to be perceived in a way that is mismatched, but rather they're going to reinforce the changes I'm making to the body-related features, such that if I change size and weight, hello, 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 and now if I've changed that size and weight, you can hear some major changes, and I'm now still utilizing that same vocal personality, but rather than conflicting with the body-related features of the voice that I was demonstrating earlier, the expressed degree of sexual development now matches those personality features, and this starts to reinforce the perception of femininity. So we need to just cross over a certain threshold of size and weight. This is neither my smallest size nor my lightest weight, but because I am sort of over that threshold, it no longer sounds hyper masculine, and I can hear those personality features really adjusting my perception of the sound.